Hi Sag, welcome back to our channel. All right, this will be your week ahead reading, what you can expect this first week of June. I thought it was July for some reason. I had to set myself straight. I even recorded some July messages today. So I am starting fresh and going to be doing this reading for you. The good thing is that we have some messages that I can put out at the end of June for July. All right. I don't know if anyone else had a backwards day like I did today. With that being said, I hope you guys had a great weekend and let me show you some of the messages coming out for my Saggies. All right. First and foremost, we have Quill here. Quill says, get back to the basics. So this week, you could be getting back to the basics. You could be getting back into a good pace of things. Maybe you had a slow week last week. Maybe you felt like things were backwards, like how I felt today. But it feels like you're getting back into some type of routine, some type of ritual, maybe even your self care. Feels like you're taking care of yourself and your household. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Feels like you could be taking care of yourself and your household. Feels like you could just be feeling like things are getting back to normal. Also, with getting back to the basics, this could be about your finances or even surrounding your career. You could be doing something like not over exerting yourself at work. So maybe you're coming up with a good schedule or you're getting back to your old schedule if you had to have a change recently. Maybe you're getting settled into something when it comes to your career. Financially, you could be living below your means for this month of July, okay? Not saying that you're not making great money. You could be making really good money, but you may have a goal that you need to save for. You may also just feel like I spent too much in May. And so I'm saying July again. In June, I want to really dial it back. So there's something about living below your means, budgeting, saving, couponing, trying to find how you can make your dollar stretch without necessarily being in a financial crunch. Okay. We have wealth here. So you have the house of wealth that is surrounding you during this time. This could be a time that you're really, trying to get your wealth in order, your income in order. Maybe this will be a very wealthy month for you, this month of June. You could be making a lot of money. But again, I feel like there's this restraint to spend, which could be good because ending June and moving into July, you could be very financially well off based off of your habits. Okay. We have Claw here. This one says, be careful, do not take risk. Okay, so this is a week, especially, but also a month where you should not be taking any risk or making any sudden impulse moves because it would not land well. Okay, so with that claw, it's not a good time for you to gamble. You know those claw machines that are kind of like a gimmick because you really don't win anything from them. And if you do, it was just your lucky day. But there's something about like knowing when to stop when you're ahead. All right. So you're going to have some type of moment this month, or sorry, this week. You may have a moment where you're like, I'm at a good spot right now. Let me not gamble or risk it. Okay. You're going to think this to yourself. There's some type of, force that's stopping you from making an impulsive move. And you may feel like you're in good standing. So let me not do anything that can catch me astray or anything that will set me back. You will have that moment this week. We have Fan here. This talks about romance. So this week could be a week of romance for you. You could be going on some dates or doing some really romantic activities. There could be a celebration or a party up ahead for you as well. All right, so that sounds really fun. Maybe that's happening towards the end of the week. You could be invited out somewhere. It feels like you're going to have a really good time. So make sure that you're in attendance. And last but not least, wait, sorry, that's not the last card. We have September here as well. All right, so this is June, July, September, correct? So in September, there could be a full circle moment based off of the decisions that you're making this month of June. All right, so I think that's why it's telling you to be careful because you could be setting yourself up really nicely to be in a very wealthy standing, very prosperous and abundant standing for September based off of the actions that you take or the actions that you do not take this month. And last but not least, we have Spear. All right, you will encounter some type of heartache over what you no longer have. So something could be ending. There could be like death card energy. You could be evolving or transforming. You could be entering a new chapter, closing out this chapter. There may be some things that you need to leave behind. There may be a loss here this week. And it feels like it's kind of heartbreaking or very disappointing. So, make time for yourself. And especially with that quill energy of getting back to the basics and the claw energy of not taking a risk, definitely is a time for you to prioritize your needs, your emotions, and yourself at this time. We're going to definitely pick up on what that spirit energy is for you as well. All right. Okay, so let's jump into your tarot and see what's coming out for you, Sag. Give me some messages for my Saggies for this week ahead. What can they expect? What's going to be happening? What's their energy? Who's coming towards them? Anything of significance, please allow it to come out in this reading. All right. Knight of Swords is here. Knight of Swords. Also, you have the King of Swords under that, and you have the Two of Pentacles under that as well. All right. So there could have been some very impulsive actions that you took, or even someone who's closely like in your intimate space. Okay. There could have been impulsive actions that you took or that someone else around you took that affects you in the month of May that could have set you back, took you off balance. This could have happened when it comes to your schedule, like balancing your schedule, getting up and doing what you have to do, not procrastinating. But it also could have something to do with your money, especially with that Two of Pentacles. Some type of impulsive action could have set you back financially, okay? Where you looked at the end of the month and you're like, wait a minute, whoa, this is not where I usually am financially, or this is not how I usually am in my routine. So there's something very protective about that with the King of Swords being here, where you're just not going to allow that to happen. You could be extremely strict this month of June. Sorry, I want to say July so bad. This month of June, that you are taking special precautions or you're being overly protective to not allow this to repeat itself, okay, with that King of Swords. Now, the cards coming out for you, we have the Ten of Wands here. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Cups. And we also have the Eight of Wands, okay? So definitely this week will go by really fast for you, especially with the Eight of Wands being your last card. This is like at the end of the week or during the weekend, you're looking back and you're like, man, the week went by fast. I didn't have a lot of time. There's something about that too, even with the Ten of Wands. You may feel like you don't have enough time in the day to get things done. So you really have to center yourself, ground yourself. You have to be very strict of your routine. Go to bed on time, okay? You may have to turn down some invitations earlier in the week. You really have to be very strict about your schedule in some way. With that Ten of Wands, there definitely is an ending, okay? I feel like something is ending for you, and it was a burden, okay? Whatever this was very stressful or very burdensome. I feel like it's going to be lifted this week. But again, especially with the Spear card, it may not end in the outcome that you want, right? Like it's almost like lifting a burden off of you, but it could be sad, all right? I don't know what that is. I guess we're going to figure that out. Also with that Ten of Wands, I do see a light at the end of the tunnel. So if you have a lot of work to do this month, you are reaching the finish line really soon. So you won't have to be overburdened or stressed out or just so busy bee or worker ant energy for long, okay? I feel like your light at the end of the tunnel is not that far off, but there is something here that's wrapping up that was extremely stressful and extremely burdensome for you. Tell me about the Ten of Wands. It's like this week requires a lot of hard work, but if you're able to get through it and stay disciplined, the rest of the month won't be like that. Okay. Something requires total focus and concentration at this time with the Eight of Pentacles. Tell me about the Ten of Wands for Saggy. All right. Eight of Swords. Wow. Okay. What else can you tell me? And the Hermit. Something is really upsetting you this week, Sag. What is this? All right. Eight of Swords. You know, it's like, It's so interesting because as this is happening or leaving your life and you feel very, very down about it with the Four of Cups, but after this completes or whatever this is, you have this light at the end of the tunnel. Like you're so close to the finish line. It could be like you're getting some bad news, but something is truly over. There's nothing you can do about it, and it was a burden. And then right after that, life starts to pick up. It's like a bittersweet moment. It feels totally unfair. All right. I see that this week you could be in hermit mode still. You've been in hermit mode for some time. You're trying to wrap something up or something's coming to a close. I do see you wanting to be left alone. You would like a lot of you time or time to process something here. With that Eight of Swords, you feel victimized in a situation. You could be having a woe is me moment, kind of feeling like, why me, or why us, or why am I wrapped up in this situation? Something feels unfair is what I'm getting here. But it's like right after that, you get some type of blessing or life starts to get very positive, very optimistic for you. It's kind of weird, okay? Tell me, what is this situation, the Ten of Wands for Sagittarius? Something is super burdensome right now, but it's coming to a close of a chapter. It could be very sad how it ends, but after that, your life kind of like goes on the up. Almost like the universe is trying to push towards you more optimism and happiness because of what you suffered through. What is this? Tell me more about this. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. Something that's been a long drawn out process is coming to an end for you. And again, I don't see a happy ending here. I see like, you know, this is kind of like a bad outcome. But then after that, there's some really vibrant or positive things that kind of take your mind off of this. You don't really dwell on this for much longer, or you don't allow yourself to, because you have the Eight of Pentacles here. Eight of Pentacles could be an energy of becoming like a workaholic or trying to distract yourself with work, focus, you know, putting your attention very intensely towards something different. So I see that you're trying to get through whatever this is that's wrapping up in a kind of weird way. You could be trying to distract yourself by being super productive, overly productive, okay? It does allow a lot of progress for you. It helps you to get through the week and not dwell on something that's very sad. Tell me about the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're going through some type of transition, okay? So something has to be sacrificed or end. I keep getting like death card energy, so I'm hoping, you know, no one is, you know, leaving. But it does feel like some type of evolution. You're going through some type of transformation and transition. You know, the universe is definitely taking you out of a very negative space and pushing you into a more calm, comfortable, and positive space as well. You do have a light at the end of the tunnel. You're wrapping something up here. And to distract yourself from this painful ending, you could be working a lot, or you're just very focused on some type of project. You could be trying to refine some type of skill here. It's just interesting how this is happening. What else can you tell me? All right, Queen of Cups. Something, exactly. You're very emotional about something this week, okay? Something is hurting you with that Queen of Cups. Could be, I don't know why. Queen of Cups is a card of nurturing. So it could be like something that you've nurtured is now ending, but it's been a burden as well. For example, this is just a random example based off of the cards. Like this person here, this woman, is taking care of all of these baby pandas, you know? But even though this could be a very rewarding and lovely job that she has, it could be a little burdensome because look, she has all these bottles, she has to feed all of these baby pandas, and you know, maybe something is bittersweet. She could be relocating, she could be changing jobs. It could be very sad for her, but it could have been also a very stressful thing. Something is finally coming to an end here. Something is also allowing you to take better control of your life as well, is what I'm seeing. You are really pushing your self-discipline this week, and it's going to carry you throughout the rest of the month, but it comes from a sad place. That's what I'm getting. I almost feel a little melancholy even doing this reading. Okay? You have justice here, so whatever is being taken from you, whatever has to be sacrificed, whatever is ending or crumbling, it will be replenished or balanced out. It feels bittersweet, like you're getting something. I don't even want to say better. You're getting something really good in place of what was lost, but it just feels kind of sad. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, it feels a little sad here. So there's a lot of distractions this week, you know, and you're also being warned as well not to get into the wrong distractions. You know, productivity is a positive distraction. Going to an event, hanging out with your family or your friends could be a positive distraction. Things that you feel like are not of your highest good, definitely steer clear from, even if you are in desperate need of a distraction, because you're being warned against that with the claw, okay? All right, let's move forward. So we have the Knight of Cups here. That Knight of Cups does show that there is romance in the air for you. Someone here really wants to pursue you romantically. There also could be a budding friendship, someone who really has deep emotions for you. They feel a really deep bond for you as well. This person will be making some type of emergence in your week. Let's see how that's going to go for you here. All right, we have Judgment. You may have some type of wake-up call about some type of romantic connection or even a friendship, okay? So there is someone very purposeful coming towards you. It feels like this person is going to be wooing you or sweeping you off your feet this week. They could be doing some really kind gestures or romantic gestures towards you. There's some type of wake-up call with that. This also could be like a second chance or even forgiveness. Or if there was a missed opportunity with this person, it's coming back around. All right, so this is a positive distraction that you may really need at this time. You could be meeting up with this person, going to a party or an event with them as well. Yeah, it's helping you to let go of something that you're having to release, okay? You're releasing something with love and light this week, you know? You're setting your intention to leave something behind. Emotionally, you know, something could be very burdensome or really sad. So you're trying to just kind of walk away from that or be at peace with walking away from that. And at the same time, something new is coming in your life. It's like something is ending or someone is leaving your life and then someone new is walking in at the same time. Something's ending, but then you're getting something new. So it's like bittersweet because again, for some reason, usually I would be like, yeah, there's something bigger and better happening for you over here. So just set your sights here. It feels like it's disrespectful to say that this is bigger and better because this situation you care about deeply. Whatever you're releasing here, it's been a long, drawn out burden, okay? It's been very burdensome and it feels like it's coming to an end. You also feel very victimized, like you really cannot understand why it's happening to you or why this has to be, right? But again, you're being ushered into a new chapter here. And part of that is also endings and closure, all right? So there is someone here who is being sent in purposely to distract you from maybe your negative emotions like sadness or anger, regret, remorse, whatever. There is someone being sent in. And I feel like this person really wants to pursue you. Who is this person for Sagittarius? Who is this person? All right. Seven of Cups. Okay, first thing I'm seeing is that this person's a big dreamer. Like they fantasize a lot. So this could be someone who fantasizes about you. This definitely has themes of like Pisces energy with the Seven of Cups. This person also could be someone who's a smoker or a drinker with this card, okay? But it feels like this person kind of like romanticizes you very deeply, and first they're going to get their chance finally with you, okay? Whether this is someone who wants to be your friend, or if this is or wants a deep friendship with you, or if this is someone who wants to date you, it feels like they're finally getting their chance here. All right, something has opened up for this person to be able to get their chance. All right, so that's interesting. The Seven of Cups is this person. What else can you tell me? You're like a wish fulfillment for this person that they felt like was out of their reach. All right, what else can you tell me about this person coming towards my Saggies? Temperance, they're good for you. It's almost like opposites attract. You guys, when you guys come together and integrate your energies, it could be a blast or it could be like a perfect match with Temperance. I also feel like this is someone who has had a lot of patience. Like maybe they've had their eye on you for a while. They want to get closer to you for a while, but now is like the right timing with the Judgment card. And it feels like this person is really coming in and helping you heal from something. All right, so the Star is here. If you're already in a relationship, you don't have to like get freaked out. This could be a friend. This could be a friendship that maybe is going to really start to blossom in a serious way. If you're single, this definitely could be a love situation, someone who's going to distract you from the things that may be ending, okay? Something that was very burdensome is ending. It's like you want to celebrate because now you have freedom, but something feels sad to me. I don't know why. All right. Last card we have here is the Eight of Wands. So again, there's going to be this energy of how this week just kind of flew past. Now, I feel like this is because also you kept really busy, so your days are going to be very filled with a lot of, things to do, a lot of goals. There's a lot on your to-do list, so that could be why things are so fast here. There's also this energy of, again, quick changes. So things could be leaving your life really quickly, but in the same breath, things are entering your life at the same breath. So it could be really hard for you to adapt. You may feel, kind of fixated or comfortable where you were, even if it was draining you. But there are some fast changes coming towards you this month. Tell me about the Eight of Wands. All right, yeah, you have new beginnings starting for you. We have the Ace of Wands here. Things that are really going to get you back into the game. If you're kind of like moping around, if you've been spending too much time alone, it's really going to energize you and kind of get you back out there or extroverted. It could be giving you the motivation or drive to really, step into this new chapter in a very vibrant or positive way. All right, so there's a new beginning here. It also feels like you're achieving something, almost like world card energy. A cycle has come close or a chapter is ending for you, so there could be excitement about that. You have a lot of exciting things on the horizon. But, if people really knew your story, Sag, what they don't see is that you had to sacrifice a lot, or you could have been in the most stressful time of your life as you are embracing these new blessings. It's almost like a bittersweet moment here. What else can you say about the Eight of Wands for Sag? All right, you're going back into a time of comfort. I feel like you've been very uncomfortable for a long time. You have the Queen of Pentacles, which is the card of comfort. You also have the Six of Cups, which is another card of comfort or nostalgia. All right, so life could be going back to a time where you remember it being very positive and, lighthearted. It wasn't so burdensome. It wasn't so stressful. You're getting back into that time. Things are changing like almost overnight for you with that Eight of Wands. You could also be reconnecting with a lot from your past. All right, so this could be family members that you haven't seen in a long time, friends that, you grew up with. This could be you revisiting old environments that kind of bring you a lot of nostalgia and comfort. Also, something about your finances could be changing overnight as well in this month. Okay. So it's really telling you to be disciplined because the more money that's coming in, sometimes we get so impulsive and just want to spend on things that we couldn't attain before. You're being told to hold off, maybe just, live below your means a little bit. Okay. Especially with that Queen of Pentacles, you're going to be in a very comfortable space financially. But again, there's just weird energy, It's like a bittersweet moment. It's almost like if someone in your family transitions, you know, maybe you get like a windfall from that. You get some type of inheritance. Yes, you're happy to be better off financially. This could help you in many ways than one, but it's really sad that that person transitioned. It's like a energy like that. It's like, okay, life is getting better for me, but what about over here, what I lost? All right. And that's the spirit energy for you. So be aware of that and make sure to take care of yourself. Don't be so distracted by work or being super productive and overdrive or this new connection or even money that you forget to tend to your own feelings. Okay. This week, that's very important. Let me get some oracle for you, and then I'm going to get some messages from your angels. All right, tell me more about what Sagittarius can expect this week in June. What can they expect this week in June? Give me some messages for my Saggies. All right. We have mice here. We have red herring. We have eagle. And then we have fox. Okay. Starting off with mice. Mice talks about illness and fatigue, stress. That feels like that 10 of Wands energy. Like you've been very fatigued. You've been very stressed about something. It talks about deteriorate. So something could be deteriorating where you have to let it go. It's like when you have a closet full of old clothes and you know how this hasn't happened to me yet, but this happens sometimes even with like older people like my mom, where like the clothes will start to rot. It's called dry rot. And the thing about it, I think it's like a fungus or something. It spreads. It will take out your whole closet if you're not careful. And so it's almost like that, like really quickly something is deteriorating and having to let it go. And it's really sad, okay? So this talks about loss and theft or feeling like something is being stolen from you. Reduction, decay, irritation, worry, fear, anxiety, waste, and nagging, okay? So whatever the mice is in your life at this time could be leaving out, which is a good thing, right? Because it's almost like pest control. It's a good thing, but there's something that it's taking with it. Does that make sense? We also have red herring, and that's that energy of the universe, your spirit guides, God really trying to help you distract from that's being lost. Okay. So red herring talks about misleading, misguiding, diversion tactic, throwing off scent, purposeful distractions. Look here, not there. All right. So that is definitely happening for you this week. We also have eagle. Eagle is an energy of challenging the status quo, longevity, a regalness that you may hold this week, something to be proud of, an opportunity or a new hope on the horizon, having a clear vision or perspective. And it's also a card of your past, present, and your future. So how your past affects your present, how your present's going to affect your future type of energy. And last but not least, we have the fox here. And fox talks about self-interest or using stealth. Feeling trapped. Maybe you felt trapped for a long time, but you're being released this week. There's something shifting for you. It's energy of you being very sharp, feeling like something's off or wrong, and having to get crafty about your situation. All right, let's go ahead and get a message from your angels. Give me some messages from Sagittarius's spirit guides that they want them to know at this time. What do your spirit guides want you to know at this time, Sag? Give me some messages for Sagittarius. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Gabriel. Okay. This card says, stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibility. And also environmental activism. Okay, period. I love that for you. All right, let's read that one for you, Sag. Nine of Gabriel. Don't give up. Your determination and courage are needed now more than ever. You've come a long way and your work has been important and valuable. Stand your ground and protect what you have created. Be prepared for any possibility. You've already proven yourself and your position is secure so long as you have confidence. You may be tired, but this is the last challenging situation before success comes your way. Additional meanings of this card: sticking with your plans, ability to fight off illness, environmental activism, and growing organic food. Okay, I like that. All right, but yes, fighting, ability to fight off illness. Okay, and again, I'm gonna read this part to you. You may be tired, but this is the last challenging situation before success comes your way. Okay, so remember that. All right, we also have the Ace of Ariel here. This card says it's your lucky day. New resources of money, time, or support. A change in job or a promotion could be coming your way. And let's read that one. All right, Ace of Ariel. It's your lucky day. Money, time, or other new resources flow your way. Your planned new business or career choice will be very successful, and your ability to manifest your dreams is extremely powerful. You may meet someone soon who can open doors for you. Laying down long-term financial plans is also wise at this time. Land or home purchases are very possible right now. Additional meanings of this card: a very lucrative idea, a change in job or promotion, a helping hand, and bright prospects. All right, so that was the Ace of Ariel. We have the Knight of Ariel here as well. This one says, there is so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan. Being watched over by someone kind. That was nice. Okay, let's see. All right, Knight of Ariel, the situations. There is so much to be accomplished. Make a plan that is methodical and sees to every detail. Slow and steady wins the race. You may decide it's time to find a better job. Business matters take precedence over emotional ones in this situation. Angels are watching over you right now, so think big. People, a person of great kindness and understanding, someone with your very best interests at heart, someone who is loyal, trustworthy, funny, creative, and ecologically minded, maybe a vegetarian or a vegan. Oh, it's a lot of nutrition messages coming out for you. Additional meanings of this card: renewed action, wise investments, being watched over by someone kind. Okay. Last card we have here is Leap of Faith. All right. This one says, believe in yourself, listen to your heart, do what gives you joy. And this card says, Archangel Metatron, brings you this card to encourage you to take a leap of faith. You are fully empowered to follow a new path in life that is full of excitement and wonder. The opportunities for evolution and growth are truly unlimited if you'll just have faith in yourself and believe in your dreams. You have only to take the first step to find yourself on the way to a happier new life. Your angels and guides will send helpful people to assist you as you go along. You're encouraged to be proactive in researching whatever information is required. Don't let a lack of experience or self-confidence hold you back. You are meant to have the joy you seek. Additional meanings of this card: being self-assured and believing in yourself, childlike innocence, unending curiosity, the joy of life, courage, and following your heart. Archangel Metatron is a loving and protective guide to young or highly sensitive people. He can help you free yourself from situations that no longer serve you. Metatron can also give you the courage and confidence to make important changes in your life. Call upon this archangel when you wish to get in touch with the child that is within you or to release old fears that are holding you back. All right, Sag. Wow, what a deep and intense reading today, okay? Guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to like the video, comment down below if you have something to say, to share that could help out other Sagittariuses. We would really greatly appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I am going to do an extended for this. I want to talk about that Eight of Wands energy, where it shows that you're going to have a lot of swift and fast changes that are happening this week for you, kind of like prompting you and pushing you, into this new opportunity or this next chapter. If you want to know how your life is going to be changing so quickly this month of June, definitely follow me there. I will leave the link in the description box and also in the comment section. With that being said, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. All right. Bye, Sag.